So I just feel like it's really no competition as far as the brand. And I'm not saying that to be arrogant. It's more so just, I think that there's enough skin out here.
Right. For sure.
For us to,
Exactly.
for you to try us out, Yes.
I feel like we're like a horse in a race. Like we have our blinders on.
Yeah.
Like
100%.
all that matters is our race.
That's it.
So I mean, yes, there is competition. Yes, there are other Black-owned skincare brands and skincare brands that are made with melanated skin in mind. But I feel like you're not us.
Bring your energy. This brand is truly for us.
Black Bread University.
Man, we back like we never left.
Yeah, because we ain't never left.
We ain't never left, man. We ain't going nowhere, man.
Let's
Black
go.
Bread
Where we at,
comes
though?
out, man.
Welcome back to another episode of the Black Bread Show, powered by Black Bread University.
.com.
This your boy Mark.
And Jamel.
And today we have some special guests. I'm talking about power couple of Chicago.
Absolutely.
It's like, I mean, this is royalty. If you guys don't know who we're about to talk to, man, you guys need to really get into them. So Mrs. Cori and Clint, what's going on, man?
Hello.
Thanks for having us.
Yes.
Thanks for being here. So we want to just kind of talk to you guys. We see that you guys got a lot of business going on. So we can talk about Bronze Glory and just kind of like you guys' background, how you guys met, things of that nature.
Okay.
Let's
get into it.
I'll let you talk about how we
All right, so real quick, so how you guys how you guys meet? Where you guys meet at?
So we met in elementary school.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I was in 5th grade. He was in 7th. We were at St. Thomas the Apostles. Shout out St.
Nice.
Thomas,
St.
the Raiders, Hyde Park. And yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say after that, but it wasn't. It was always a like situation.
Yeah, because when you're younger, well, back in the day when you were younger, it wasn't cool if you dated someone younger than you.
Exactly.
Like when you're in elementary school, like you're dating a 5th grader, you know?
Right.
So time went past. I graduated. We always stayed in contact.
Yeah.
And she was sweating me for years.
Right. Exactly. Of course. Right?
No, seriously. So we kept in contact over the years, and when I was in high school, maybe like junior year, we started to like really talk more.
Yeah.
And then I would see her around, but we would never like actually meet up.
Clint was
do
a hot
anything.
boy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was a hot boy. So
And I wasn't having it.
yeah, she didn't want to be with me. So I would always call her and say, hey, you should come see me tomorrow after school.
Right,
She'd be
right.
like, okay, cool, I'll be there.
Right.
But she didn't even have my contact info.
Yeah.
I mean, like my address or anything. So she'd be like, yeah, I'll be
I'd be
there.
like, yeah, I'll meet you.
Right.
Had no idea like where to meet him, when. Like it's just like, yeah. Like I continue to
She didn't want to be bothered with me. So, she called me on her birthday one year.
Wow.
Yeah, how convenient is that? She
Right,
calls
right.
me on her birthday.
I mean, you didn't call me, so I had to call you. Like, hey,
I was busy.
Remember me?
So she called me on her birthday and we talked. And the next day we met up, and then we became an official couple.
yeah,
Nice.
been together ever since, pretty much.
Yeah.
Save a few bumps in the road, but
Yeah, a few bumps in the road, but
Right,
We
right.
all
it's
got
all
it.
good.
Yeah,
We all go through it.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, that's amazing. So you guys
The test of
got
time, yeah.
you guys got 3 beautiful kids, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we have 3 kids, Caleb, Kyler, and Corinne.
Shout out.
Yeah. Caleb's in college. My big girl is in high school, and my baby girl's in elementary school.
Okay. Well, let's get a little background because we definitely want to dive into Bronze Glory. If you guys don't know, it is a amazing skincare facial line.
Yes.
High quality. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Affordable
Only.
pricing. And I mean, I can't wait to try it. I need some face toner.
Okay. Yes.
So yeah, tell us a little bit about you, like your background.
So, Bronze Glory is just my baby.
Yeah.
And it came from a place, so my background is in cosmetology. I've been a licensed cosmetologist for over 20 years.
Wow.
So always been in the beauty industry and was starting honestly to feel a little bit of burnout.
Yeah.
Just from like building a clientele and servicing that clientele for that long of a time, I was like, okay, like I still love the beauty industry. I'm still like, my passion is still here, but I kind of want to pivot into, like that soft life era,
Exactly.
Where I'm working smarter and not harder. And, we had a global pandemic.
Yeah.
And so I had time. I was at home and I was like, okay, like I still want to be in beauty. I didn't necessarily want to do anything like in hair care. I kind of was more interested in moving into skincare, with cosmetology, hair, skin, and nails. And I started, kind of researching and like looking for sustainable sources and things like that, because I was like, okay, like people, if we are in a pandemic and people are more intentional about what they're eating, they need to be more intentional about what you're putting on your body as well. Your skin is your largest organ. And so I decided to make Bronze Glory, and here we are now. Yes.
Nah, this is an incredible product. In the future, where is it sold at now, or how can people get it?
So right now we are on bronzeglory.com, of course. We also have partnered with other online retailers, and we are getting ready to launch at Amazon.
Nice, let's
so
go.
Excited about that. Thank you. Nice. And then we are also in Chicago, in Hyde Park, in a brick and mortar Black Beauty Collective.
This is amazing. It reminds me of like the Black Bread Company, how we started. We pretty much started in the pandemic as well. And it's kind of like a similar story. Like for a year, we just was quiet about what our business is kind of like, doing research, getting it done. When we first started, we was online based only. We wasn't in any stores for the longest time. So I know for a fact, I know quality when I see it. You guys come in here smelling like $1 million. Right. So it look good, it smell good. So what has been like some challenges so far?
I mean,
If you got time,
How much time you guys got?
Exactly.
Honestly, okay, so personally within the business, I would say our biggest challenge would be getting out of our own way. Mm-hmm. I feel like when you have a really big idea, sometimes a no can feel like it's personal to you.
Oh,
you know
absolutely.
what I mean? And so then it's like you're doing all these things to kind of like mitigate the no. And it's like sometimes you just got to sit with the no. And that's okay, because no doesn't mean no. It just means like not that right now.
Not right now, 100%.
So I feel like that was one of my biggest personal challenges.
Yeah.
And then I would say with the business, I mean, that's what business is. Business is going to be ups and downs, and you're going to have, like go left and it's like, ooh, detour, like, so, and as long as you just keep rolling with it, it's, it'll be all right.
No's could be very powerful. We was told no a few times, and it's motivation. Like for example, even with Target. So we got in Target, right? And then one thing that we didn't realize was like the distribution part with the bread. Mm-hmm. We wasn't able just to kind of box it up, put it on a truck and send it. It was bread, so it could smash, it can get smushed. And we didn't realize a lot of bread companies actually move their own bread, right? So for us, I always tell him like, man, like all my successes is because of my failures. Mm-hmm. And every time somebody said no, they told us like basically you only get one shot with Target. Mm-hmm. And so it's like, okay, well, guess what? So we end up having a call with Target, and we got some wrong information from somebody who was trying to help us get in Target. Mm-hmm. So like we thought it was an introductory call. It was like, hey, we just gonna introduce you, send to the buyers just so y'all can kind of fill each other out and blah, blah, and then have the right conversation. So for us, we end up having this conversation, and we ain't prepared at all.
Fitted caps and sweats.
We fitted caps. He's like, hey, what's going on? How y'all doing? Black parents. They're like, what's the presentation? We like, what presentation? So basically it was like
a discovery meeting.
Exactly. Yeah, it was like, we're just trying to come meet you guys. So then it went from that to, can we reschedule? Because next time we're going to be extra prepared. Because we thought it was just introduction.
Yeah.
And so basically it was like, at that point, it was like, no, you're not getting Target, right? Wow. And then we ended up having that second meeting. And I mean, we was over prepared, and obviously we got into the target. So I say that to say, you know, to the viewers and people that's listening, like, you know, when you get no's in business, it's not, to your point, no, your company is not good enough or your product is not good. It's just not at that time.
Yes.
And a lot of times, as long as we keep working on the business, what eventually happened was we didn't have to go to Target. Target came to us. You know, and if you keep working on your business, the brands, the stores, they'll start coming to you guys.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know, and so what's another challenge? So outside of getting out your own way, as far as that helped you kind of grow?
Also, I am really big on independence.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
And that, honestly, that's like my
Yeah.
Achilles heel though. So I had to really pray and also journal about not just finding helpers, but when they come to me, learning to accept it.
No, for
because
sure.
because the thing is like, you could pray all day for helpers to find you, but
Right.
then it's like,
Are you
now I'm in a
prepared?
space where it's like, no, nobody can help me. You don't know. This is my baby. I got it. And so, and also even not like outside help, like my partner,
Yeah.
my husband, like there were times where he would be like bringing things to the table and I'd be like, no, like, you know,
Exactly.
but,
Right.
and so I had to learn how to say like, just because it's not, and I feel like this is something that Clint tells me, not just in our business, but also in our marriage, like there's more than one way to get 5. Like 1 plus 4 is 5. It's not
Yeah.
just 2 plus 3. So it's
Exactly.
like, you know, like
100%.
we could do it another way and it'll still work out.
100%.
Nice.
I'm thankful for that.
Oh, that's dope. So, Clint, tell us a little bit about like working with your wife in business. Because me and my wife, we trying to figure it out now, you know. So,
Yeah. So it's a great experience. I found out a lot of stuff about Cori during this process. I found out a lot of stuff about myself, and then also a lot of stuff just within a marriage. You know, we've never tried to. I was always more so on the business side of things in a marriage when it came to like finance. You know, and Cori, you know, she had her business as a hairstylist, but it was never a business that, you know, she like heavily promoted. It was like, I have my clients and it's established and just, you know, and once Bronze Glory came about, I saw a different side of Cori. And it was a great side of Cori.
Nice.
Because I'm going to be honest, I didn't even know she had it in her.
wow.
Like, you know, because we talked about years ago, hey, I want to open up a hair salon for you. She's like, no, I don't want to do a hair salon. I don't feel like being bothered with the business part of it and managing people and all of that. But then when this came along, it was like, where did the CEO come from?
Exactly.
Wow.
The CEO that knew how to source things.
Right.
The CEO that knew how to conduct interviews. The
Yeah.
CEO that, you know, knew how to set up payroll, knew how to do all this different stuff. And I just had no idea. So I was very impressed with it. Now, what I will say is we've had a lot of surprises within the company.
Of course, yeah.
You know, like I remember when Cori first came to me with it, she said, oh, it's only going to cost like $10,000 to do it.
Yeah.
I said, okay, cool. She could tell you this. I gave her $10,000.
Yeah.
And then a couple of weeks later, she's like, she's like, you know, shipping this stuff, you know, is going to be, you know, 17,000. Then, you know, working with our lab in Oregon, it's going to be this amount, that amount. And I was never complaining about it.
Yeah.
But we started like meshing a lot because it was like, okay, well, I need to know what's the final count.
Exactly.
And I was like, I don't know.
Fine.
Right.
I just know I want
It's a
these
never-ending thing,
things.
right?
Never ending, and I
It's
had
never
to
ending.
learn that.
Yeah.
So I mean, and you know, I've never expressed this to the world, and she's probably never expressed it either. But it like caused some serious issues at times.
Yeah.
You know, like
No, for
we were at
sure.
each other's neck.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, it was like you sleep over there, I'm sleeping over here. You go that way, I'm going that way.
Yeah.
But I say this to say that I think that the entire experience has helped us get to a point now where it's like it's no looking back.
Absolutely.
You know, and I don't even care about the finances anymore because in business, especially when you're trying to do something big, and I know you guys can account for this, it's a never ending bill.
Oh, 100%.
You know, if you look at billionaires, Warren Buffett, Jay-Z, all those guys, they still have bills.
Oh, yeah.
You know, they still have a credit score. They still, you know, they still have everything that we have. It's just that, you know, with us, we're not playing with as much money as them. So it's a little bit more stressful.
Oh, 100%.
You know, so
Yeah.
But overall, the experience has been great. I'm excited. I've put most of my things that I've always done to the side, and it's just like full throttle with Brown's Glory right now.
Nah,
When did you two know it was going to work?
Yeah.
Like
Instantly for me.
Oh goodness. I feel like I'm still learning that.
I say instantly because I've been involved in a lot of collaborations.
Right, for sure.
And this one, it just always felt good.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know if it was just the energy that Cori was putting into it or what, but this always felt like it was going to work because every day I'm talking about for a whole year straight, man. Every day, all day, I would wake up in the morning, Cori's on the laptop working.
Yeah.
Right.
At night, I'm going to sleep. She's still working.
Yeah.
You know, she's talking to vendors from different countries in the middle of the night because
Exactly.
you know,
when
the
it's
time
morning
difference.
here, it's night for us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She's having, you know, conference calls with our lab, you know, all types. And I'm just like, this has to work.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, it will work.
No, it's
this
gonna
can't
work.
go wrong, you know?
It's going to work.
Yeah. So
It's much needed. So I know you got a background in the music industry.
Yeah.
You know, how do you apply some of those skills that you learned to Brown's Glory?
Well, basically, it's all a hustle.
Yeah.
You know, it's all about building relationships. It's all about utilizing, and I don't want to say using people. I want to say utilizing because we can utilize each other.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
Life is transactional.
Life is
100%.
transactional. So,
100%.
like, for example, some of the connections that I've had in the music industry over the years, we've had all those people as ambassadors for Brown's Glory at some point.
Nice.
Whether it was just one Instagram post or taking it on set and presenting it to, you know, the rest of the staff or whatever. So I would say that in the music industry, I learned that there's no true, how do I say this? The music industry is kind of full of it.
Yeah, come on now, for sure.
I'm sure you guys
go
know
ahead.
that.
Yeah, no,
It's
for sure.
entertainment.
It's
entertainment.
pure entertainment. So, you know, back to the whole, you know, a lot of no's. Those no's in the music industry stick.
Yeah.
You know, in business where we're, you know, trying to push a product, it's okay to get a no, like you said, because there's a yes around the corner.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
But in music, if a certain product that you put on the table doesn't work, it for real doesn't work.
Yeah.
You know, and you're not going to change
That's
anyone's
it.
mind. That's
That's
it.
it.
You know, so with Brown's Glory, I would say that this is something that I know for a fact that based on my experience in the past, I've never been a part of something for this long.
Yeah.
You know, and it's still growing.
Yeah.
Most things you kind of know, like I'm sure you guys experience this with the bread. Like after a while, it's like you're going to know if something's working or not.
Oh, 100%.
You're going to know.
Yeah.
And not just based on the reaction of others.
Right.
You just kind of know it within. You know, so.
So how many products do you guys have right now?
So at the moment, we have 5 essential skincare products, and that's our cleanser, toner, vitamin C serum, moisturizer, and retinol night cream. And then we also have spa accessories. So we have robe, we have facial
nice.
tools, we have headbands. So, and we're like expanding that line as well.
Yeah.
Nice.
And we have another product
that's
coming
beautiful.
out
Oh
soon
yes,
too.
and then we have we have one more product that's hopefully we can launch this summer. If not,
Top of the fall.
yeah.
Can I use this, or should I buy it for my wife?
Well, it's good for everybody. So I mean, that's kind of the beauty of Brown's Glory too. I wanted something that was clean, ethically sourced, and could be used for the whole family.
Nice.
So literally everyone in our family uses it, from our youngest, our 12-year-old, all the way up to my 82-year-old grandmother. Like
Nice.
we all use it, men, women. What's popular among men is the cleanser, toner, moisturizer. I mean, 'cause
Yeah.
that's so easy, right?
Exactly.
Like
Makes
1,
sense,
2, 3, you got it. You got good skin. So, but yeah, it's a line that's good for everybody, and that was important to me too.
No, that's incredible. And I love that you started with like the iconic pieces, right? So like even with us, like we started with the white and the honey wheat, and people want us to expand into like all this gluten-free stuff and all that. And it's like, we'll get there. And,
Yes.
and we have it. Like we got the gluten-free, we got the hot dogs, hamburger buns, you know, potato rolls, all that stuff, you know, and a lot more bagels. But that's not our focus right now. Like our focus is our main pieces because we don't want to niche ourselves, right?
Exactly.
So I'm glad that you did that because you're not niching yourself into like
Yes.
one type of product line, you know.
Yes.
So now that's incredible.
Yes, and that's been a big, like a hard decision for us as far as we have other formulations, like because that's another part. Like we have to continually be in R&D, like until I feel like okay, like this is done. We're done with skincare. Let's move on to something else.
Right.
So we're always testing our formulations. So we have more formulations in the work, but also when you're in a space where it's like, I'm still trying to get everybody to buy into the 5 skincare products that we have. I don't want to confuse the market and make a lot of noise. It's like, no, like this is the essential set. Like get with that. And then maybe I can give you another grill. Like it was, so we'll see.
It's an extremely beautiful brand, well thought, well put together. Of course, how do you all do that together? What what are kind of like the roles, so to speak.
So,
besides everything, of course,
the creative process. It's countless nights, just sitting in a room, just talking, long car rides, just talking about what's a good idea, what's a bad idea. We did have a full staff when we first started. We had a creative director. We had someone that
copy.
We had everything.
Yeah,
we had a full staff, and that full staff now is just 3 of us, just Cori and I, and then our PR.
Ooh, that's what you gotta do right before you blew up.
Yeah.
Because that's the same thing with us. We had a full staff, a whole bunch of people working for us, and now it's literally just the 2 of us. So I mean, we totally understand that, and it's like it's strategic. We had to do it because, like, for us, we took our products off the shelf. I mean, not off the shelf.
It's scary.
Off
It's
online.
Yes.
Because that wasn't our original plan.
Okay.
So we did that because it's like, hey, we not nowhere, so we gotta be independent and kind of sell our own bread, and it was working.
Yeah.
You talking about we was doing well over $30,000-$40,000 months, and those was like slow months, online. So for us to have to give that up, still spending over $100,000 a year in marketing, a month on marketing and advertising, things of that nature, to solely going to the stores.
Right.
Because the whole point of the story and what we've been doing is where we want to make it accessible to everybody.
The dream was on the shelf. The dream was on the shelf.
Because we for us, it's like it's time for Black businesses to stop being so hard to shop with.
Yes.
I want, like, if I just want to walk into a Target and pick this up.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to wait 2 days, 3 days. But fortunately, that's what we have to deal with.
It's hard on the business owners too.
100%.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then for us also, it changed our business. So instead of us selling bread one at a time, now I can sell bread by the pallets, by the truckload. So at this point, if it's not a truck, I don't want to sell it, and that's just kind of like what the business is now.
Yeah.
So you guys gonna have a lot of growth in this, and I can see this being everywhere, and I truly mean that. And you'll be going crazy on it, social media. So
Absolutely.
Yes.
you guys been going crazy.
What is it like? How do y'all look at the competition in the industry?
What competition?
I was gonna say, I don't know.
You know what? The beauty industry was what, a $60 billion
It's
a year.
a trillion.
Now it's a $1 trillion industry.
Yeah.
And the way I look at it is, and I'm sure you look at it the same too. When you go to a store and you see they have a section dedicated to beauty.
Yeah.
They have a section within beauty that's dedicated to skincare.
Right.
And you in that section, you'll see 30 different brands.
Yeah.
Right.
And almost all of them, it's only half of the inventory on the shelf.
Right.
Exactly.
It's no competition.
Right.
I think that once someone figures out what they like, and then we even have people that say, hey, I use this toner or moisturizer, but I'm looking for a new cleanser or a new serum.
Exactly.
So it's like, okay, that's cool. Not everything in our bathroom is Bronze Glory.
Exactly.
And it's like the owner of McDonald's probably don't even eat McDonald's.
Exactly. No, for sure.
So I just feel like it's really no competition as far as the brand. And I'm not saying that to be arrogant. It's more so just, I think that there's enough skin out here.
Right.
For sure.
For us to,
Exactly.
for you to
Right,
try
right.
us out,
Yes. I feel like we're like a horse in a race. Like we have our blinders on.
Yeah.
You know, like
100%.
all that matters is our race.
That's it.
So I mean, yes, there is competition. Yes, there are other Black-owned skincare brands and skincare brands that are made with melanated skin in mind. But I feel like you're not us.
Yeah.
You're not Cori and Clint. You're not Bronze Glory.
It's
like,
all about the approach,
Yes.
you know,
Yeah,
and how you represent your brand. Like, for example, the Black Beauty Collective, the brick and mortar that we're in Hyde Park, Chicago. There's several other skincare companies on the shelf right next to us, and everyone does well.
Yes.
You know, and that's the beautiful thing about it, because it's not even about supporting yours or supporting somebody else's.
Yes.
It's the fact that it's represented and you giving the consumer a choice.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
we're not the only bread on shelves, obviously.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
And we hope that we won't be the only Black bread on shelves.
Yes.
You know, like it's not our plan to be like, yo, it's us and
the
only us.
only- yeah.
Nah, man. Like, come through, you know, because I would rather somebody buy your bread, if not mine.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Than anything else.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, because that's still going to make us more powerful together.
Yeah.
You know, and I think we just got to get used to and get the people used to shopping with us, you know, and realizing that we doing business the right way.
Right.
You know, customer service is on point.
Yes.
The product is on point. The packaging is on point. The name is on point. Like, your logo here is amazing.
Thank
you know,
you.
like, no, and I'm serious. Like, hey, can we get close up on that?
Yes.
How close can we get?
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. Like, you know,
Shout out Charles. Thank you, Charles.
So Charles Thomas was our former creative director.
Nice, nice.
When you see those letters in our logo,
yeah.
that's actual Bronze Glory font.
Yeah.
That's our font.
That's your
That's our
font.
font.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
See, that's
Yeah.
what I'm
We've
talking
been talking about trademarks
Yes.
and copyrights.
It's so
Yes.
important.
It's
See
so
what I'm saying?
important.
Hey, Power Couple Chicago, they own their own fonts.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
like that's
dig that.
incredible.
Yeah.
That's
So,
incredible.
yeah.
So, like, what's some successes that you guys have seen? So we kind of talked about some you know, troubles, but what's some successes?
I would just say, like,
Honestly, I'm amazed at like the things that we have been able to do.
Yeah.
I mean,
In such a short period of
our
time.
company,
Exactly.
it's a baby. So
It is, yeah.
we won't be 2 years old until November, and
Wow.
I feel like we've had so many great
looks.
things happen, so many looks.
been on every major news station multiple times.
Yes.
We've done plenty of trade shows, pop-ups. You
Yeah.
know, we've had, like I said, we've had incredible ambassadors, you know, that have, their influence was enough to land us on movie sets.
Wow,
So
wow.
all the makeup departments are using Bronze Glory. you know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
So
incredible.
It's been, you know, it's been a short journey, but it's been a great short journey so
Yeah.
far, you know.
I know they're gonna go crazy with this in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's Atlanta. So we have a strong presence in Atlanta, and that's one of our next
Yeah.
moves. Atlanta. Yeah.
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 I think Atlanta's probably one of our biggest.
Man, it's like we just got to pick up and move.
Yeah, dude, it's sad. We have to.
Yeah.
Because one thing I like about people who live in Atlanta is their mindset is already there.
It
already
is.
there.
Like in Chicago, we got to try to like create the mindset
Yes.
because we don't necessarily
Yes.
have it here.
Yeah.
We have a lot of gatekeepers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a lot of you know, like I got it and you ain't got it. You know,
Yeah.
and
or like, I'm here, so I'm gonna help you to hear.
Exactly.
And never help you to be with me or
Exactly.
above
Above
me.
me.
And it's like, what's that about?
Yeah,
so
it's
yeah,
like, that's
Atlanta
crazy.
has a collaborative vibe. Like it's
They
just
do.
something about like the community, and I love it. Like I have so many friends that move there as far as like the beauty industry,
Yeah.
whether they're MUAs or hairstylists, and it's like they all work together.
Yeah.
They all making money. Everybody is lit, and it's such a beautiful thing.
Exactly.
As opposed to it's like here, it's like you meet people and they're like, oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like,
And they're purposely not buy your stuff.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, that's yours. Oh, no, I'm not gonna get
Yeah.
that.
It's,
you know,
it's almost like we still stuck in that. We feel like there can only be one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like versus like you say in Atlanta, certain places like
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
I think it automatically clicks, and we already get it. It's like
Yeah.
everybody
Yes.
is out, has that mindset. But I guess here in Chicago, sometimes it's like
I think
we trying to
it's 'cause
drag
we're
people
an
along.
older city. You
Right.
know
Yeah.
what I mean? And then and honestly, it's like Atlanta is full of a lot of transplants. So I think it's
Facts.
like it
Yeah.
sets the energy for people to be like, okay, like I'm not from here, but it's like, okay,
Exactly.
you're not from here. Like, okay, let's try to build something. Let's do something together. But like Clint and I talk about it as well, just in terms of sometimes, and this is the unfortunate part with our Black community, like if you look like you're doing well, people won't support you.
Oh,
Because of
100%.
that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Yes.
It's like,
because you
how
look like
come-
you don't need no help. It's
yes,
like,
it's
okay.
like, okay, so let me go out here and look destitute so you'll want
No, seriously.
Exactly.
you'll want to do
Seriously.
something.
Yeah,
But-
it's sad. Like I've had people tell me straight up, in the past, like, "Oh, you don't need it."
Exactly. Yeah.
Of course I do.
Like,
what you see are all bills. You see the
Exactly.
cars, you see certain things. Those are bills.
Those are
I had a
bills.
guy walk up to me, and this is kind of off topic, but it bothered me so much. I'm at the gas station the other day, and this guy's walking past, and he says, "Yo," and I said, "What's up?" And he's like, "How can I be down?" And I was like, "With what?" I asked him
Right.
straight up, like, "With what?"
Right.
I could be a damn serial killer. You don't know.
Exactly.
So
Nah, for sure.
I could be a hitman. You don't
He
know.
probably didn't care though. That's
He didn't care.
didn't care.
So whatever it is.
So he says, so he's like, man, I see how you ride, man. I just want to know, can you put me on? And I was like, you don't even know what I do.
Exactly.
Like, put you on with what? You
Exactly.
know? And it just bothered me so much because it's like people judge based on, what they see versus what they know.
Yeah.
right.
And I know they have to get to know you. So what they see is first perception. So
Exactly.
it's like, they assume that you're just doing so well.
Mm-hmm.
But that car that I'm in, how do you know that that's not a stressful bill for me every month? Which it is.
Right.
But
Right.
you just see the prize, but you don't know what it takes to maintain and just,
Exactly.
be able to, get to that point. So
Yeah. And I think Steve Harvey said that. He was like, the acquisition part is easy, but it's the maintenance. It's the upkeep.
Yeah.
It's like, you can buy anything you want, but can you keep it?
Can you keep it?
And I experienced that too. Like, I mean, for the Black Bread Company, man, we haven't always like, because everything that we get, we pour back in.
Yes.
So like people don't realize it's like when I started this company, man, I had 830 credit score. I mean, like I bought a brand new truck. I just signed my name, like you know what I'm saying. And then it's like, oh, we not getting paid. I can't pay myself.
Nope.
And I'm like, my car note like $1,300. Like mortgage is due. Kids is in private school.
Yes.
So like the bills was getting insane, and I actually had a car taken, and because it was just like I was like, bro, I can't.
Yeah.
And that's the part of the business that people don't see. It's like, hey, you might see the glitz and the glamour and like, oh, they're doing well, but the reality is behind this business is a lot of pain and a lot of sacrifice.
A lot of sacrifice.
And it's like if you're not willing to sacrifice, and if you're thinking that you're gonna be embarrassed because you had a car repossessed or something like that, it's like, bro, I don't care about that.
Yeah.
Because now I can go buy 3 more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And credit is meant to be rebuilt.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And it's like, as long as you keep working and you got the mindset to kind of keep it pushing, like it ain't no stopping. You can't allow failures once again like to stop you. For me, it was just motivation. Because it's like I did it because when we started, I was working at the time. I was a superintendent for a construction company, so I'm making 6 figures. Great credit, like I was, and I built that credit. It wasn't always good, but I built it over something like 2 or 3 years to get it like that. And so I was cool, but then once we started this, I'm like, I'm an all-in type of guy. Is either I'm in or I'm not.
Yes.
So I didn't keep the job. I'm like, hey, I'm just gonna keep my job and do it part time. I was like, hey, this is what we doing.
That's what we're doing.
I made up my mind at that point. I'm willing to sacrifice and lose all of this. For the bigger picture.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I did. Otherwise we probably wouldn't be sitting here talking.
How do y'all do that? Balancing your business and making sacrifices within your marriage, but not, how do y'all? I don't even know if balance is a word.
Okay.
But
I recently did an interview where they asked me about balance, and I don't want to say balance doesn't exist, but balance doesn't exist as far as like a state of perpetuity.
Yeah.
To me, balance is a seesaw.
Yeah.
There'll be some times when you hit that sweet spot and you can kind of glide there.
Yeah.
And then, it's going to be up and down. So that's the way that I look at it.
Yeah, for sure.
In terms of, managing work life, managing, like making sure our partnership stays good and not just our business partnership, but, like ultimately it's like our romantic partnership is what's most important to me.
100%.
And our friendship. So I would say like the balance is just honestly like checking yourself. Like when you see that it's like something is, has been gone without for a while, it's like, okay, no, like I need to get back to that. Like that's important to me.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And Clint is really good at like even yesterday, like I was like, I have emails to answer. I like really had stuff that I wanted to do and kind of needed to do. And Clint was like, no, like just relax. Like it'll be there. Like it's Juneteenth. The ancestors want you to.
I'm already knowing. He said it earlier. He said you on the computer. He going to bed.
Exactly. Yes. And then that was another thing too. Like I'm more of a night owl, and I'm really good at like when work has to be done. Like I'm good at keeping my head down and working. Like I'm very comfortable there. So Clint is really good at like with bringing me out of that space. Like okay, like you did enough work. Like what you trying to do? You ain't about to win an award for the most worked hours. Like like go sit down somewhere.
It's important.
Yes.
Yeah. I think it's important that like that mental space that you give yourself. We was talking about that a few podcasts ago, where it's like, before you hit a mental break, you got to make sure like you give yourself them breaks.
Yeah.
Because it's only so much we can take, because we thinking like you got the business, then you got the finances, you got the family, you got, your spiritual aspect, you got the kids, like you got so much that you're already dealing with. On top of that, you got friends, you got outside, you know what I'm saying? And then you got the random things that happens, kids get sick, somebody get hurt, like little goofy stuff like that. So now, without those like pauses and be like for me, I'm like, yo, after 7 o'clock, I'm done.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I'm done now. Every once in a while, I still stay up, if it's something that's like critical, something that we've been working on, to do it. But I'm like, dude, I need family time somewhere. And not even just family time to just, hang out with the family, but just time where it's like, all right, everybody cool, everybody's happy. Yeah. I'm just relaxing. Like, because too much is too much.
Yes.
And then I realized I started making mistakes, like, cause I was just going, and I wasn't sleeping out, and I was just, now I was like, dude, now I'm double working myself.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you do that, man.
Yeah.
So like,
I mean, it's like, how you gonna preach self-care all day, every day?
And then you ain't
like,
take care of
you
yourself.
don't practice what you preach.
Exactly.
Yes. So that's a big one for us.
So as far as like price point, one thing about, what I'm saying, our business, people always want to say Black people price is either too high, right? Yeah. And it's not worth it and things that it's always negative, but people don't understand what we have to pay for and deal with to get to our price. Yeah. Like we're not just making up a price just because it sounds good.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm not saying, hey, give me $10 for a loaf of bread. If you buy bread from me for $5, it's because it costs so much to get it made, so much to get it from A to B, the packaging, everything, So talk a little bit about that.
So our prices are on there. They were based off of like us doing a full like analysis of what is on the market and like what makes sense for the products that we're presenting. So to me, I feel like the price point could be higher.
Yeah.
But we tried to stick with, a comparable price point because that's part of it too. It's like we wanted to be able to give you affordable luxury.
Yeah.
And because I want it to be in every household, I was like, okay, like you can't hit people over the head. And it's still we have a great profit margin. So I can't
that's
make
important
it.
as well.
Yes. But I mean, you can get the whole essential kit with, because like we don't have the night cream here, but with the night cream for under $200. I think that
Oh, now that's a steal.
Yeah.
Shout out to the kits. That's dope. I
Yeah,
love that.
thank you.
Yeah. So
Thank
if you
you.
go on our website, we have different packages you can get. So it's different kits you can get. You can get a Ready Set Glow kit. You can get the full essential kit. You can get the spa, the full at home spa.
Yeah.
So it's like each kit that we have, I think that it's pretty fairly priced. Sometimes you'll get people to say, "Oh, this much for a cleanser." This stuff works.
Exactly.
You know, you're using things now on your skin that you don't even really know the background of it. They're not telling you anything. You just know that you see it the most, so that's what I'm going to get.
Exactly.
You know, so
Yes.
yeah.
What's been some of the testimonials that you all have gotten?
Mainly that it works. People are like, "Oh my God, like,
Yeah.
no, like I really can tell the difference in my skin." I'm like, "Okay, that's great." I would say probably the biggest surprise is the toner. I've always used an astringent or a toner in my routine, in my ritual.
Yeah.
And so when we were looking, you know, and like doing research and formulation for our toner, I knew what I wanted in it. But however, so what we have now is like people have come back to us like, "Oh, I suffer from migraines." And because it has essential oils in it and it has aromatherapy properties, they're like, it helps with that. Like I can spray it and it's like,
Headache goes away.
yes, like really calming for me. So that's been like one of the biggest like reviews that we're like, oh, like
Exactly.
didn't even, you
Didn't
know,
even think
formulate
about that.
it for that, but
Exactly.
really glad that it does that. And then I don't know, like what's another great review? I mean, I think anytime I get positive feedback, I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
so happy, like yes, like you
I
like
think
it.
the number one thing for me was once the makeup department of Power,
Yeah.
once they received it, the head of the makeup department reached out to Cori personally and was like, "I love this stuff. I need to order more. I'm using it on every set, every person." And we were like, yes.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Because, you know, those departments, they get hundreds of boxes of stuff to try out.
Exactly.
You know, so
Yeah.
for them to take a liking to the brand that much and, you know, to be a continued customer, that means
Exactly.
a
Because
lot.
once they like it, that's it.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what they're going to use.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nah, that is absolutely incredible. So what's your goal? What's the future goal?
I would say the immediate goal is to expand as far as markets and just really get, you know, the visibility out there so that we can continue to scale and grow. And then the big picture is expanding from skincare to body care to
Home, everything.
Home, nice.
Yeah, like just becoming like Dove,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
you know what
Exactly.
I mean?
Nah,
Like,
for
yeah,
sure.
Yeah. So
Like we want
Being
the
that
brand
brand.
to like take over wellness.
Exactly.
You know, like how people have smart homes. I want a wellness home.
Exactly.
You know, I want everything in your home to be bronze glory. So you can have organic chairs. You can have this. You can have
There you go.
deodorant, toothpaste, whatever.
Yes.
You know, so that's the plan.
Have you guys thought about hotels? I'm pretty
Oh,
sure you
yeah,
guys
yeah,
have,
yeah,
right?
yes,
yeah.
hotels. So I've been really interested in collaborating with like bed and breakfast, like kind of just like keeping that boutique feel, that
Right.
small, you know, like, and getting that like that core. I kind of look at it, and I mean, no disrespect when I say this to either woman, but it's like I'd rather be Solange than Beyonce.
Yeah.
I don't know, you know what
Yeah,
I mean? Like
I
if
got
that
you.
resonates, but it's like I want like that core following that is like ride or die for me. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And go for the brand, and when they see it somewhere, it's like they're gonna promote it, they're gonna talk about it. I don't need to be, you know, at Soldier Field and
Right.
we don't need that. I mean, that's cool too. Don't
Right,
get me wrong.
I
I
was
mean,
gonna say, you
I'm
know it's a
not
sound
blocking
bite.
a blessing. I'm not
Exactly.
blocking a blessing.
Right,
so
right, right.
if that's what God has for Bronze Glory, then great. But yeah, I
we just
mean,
want to relate to the people. We
Yes.
want to, you know, we want to be in the your homes. You know, we want to be in your hotel bathrooms. We want to be in your locker rooms. We want to be everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like Cori said, you know, but it's important to have that core continued following.
Yes.
Yeah,
You know, a
absolutely.
lot of people, you know, they'll try it not talking about Bronze Glory, but they'll try a product, they'll like it, but they'll never revisit. You know, so we want that following that truly cares about what we're doing. They like what we're doing. They're going to continue to grow with us, and they're expecting us to, you know, continue to give them more. So
100%.
How do y'all kids feel about everything? Like, you know.
They
love it.
They love
we
it.
make
you know?
I make them work. We make them work.
There you go.
Yeah, when we do trade
launched,
shows.
when we launched in 2021, the night before our official launch, which was Black Friday, we called it Bronze Friday.
Nice.
So we had a big launch event, and our lab didn't get all of our product to us until the day before.
Of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
So we
That
had an
was
assembly
that was
line
big-
at our office with the
Wow.
kids.
Wow.
You know? So
Literally.
yeah.
Boxing everything up. Like, okay, come on, guys. Like, let's
Gotta
get
get it going.
Labels,
Yes.
ceiling,
Yeah.
boom, and just continuing on.
Wow.
So
I saw some of the footage from that. You would have never known.
Exactly.
Thank you.
No, for
Thank
sure.
you.
Never known. It was Beyonce.
Yes,
It was all of that.
yes,
Hey, we got to get this in
all of
Beyonce hands.
yes.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So
So yeah, the kids are super excited. So just recently, our oldest daughter, like I gave her all the credentials for TikTok because I'm like, you're a kid, you know about it.
Yes.
Like me,
Right.
that's the other thing. I feel like social media is my Achilles heel. I'm like, I'm so burnt out from social media. So it's
get
so
it.
hard for me to like create content and like work the back end, do all these things. So she, you know, has posted some things that have gone viral, you know, personally. So I was like, okay, you know what you're doing. I was like, all right, I'm giving you this TikTok. It's time for you to take this over.
Exactly.
So hopefully, you know, she'll find her bearings there in the skincare world, and we can get our TikTok up and running again. And then even our son, like he's at Morehouse, so he's like, you know, bringing us back ideas. And then
Exactly.
he's like, man, like, you know, you guys got to come on campus. He's like, I've been talking to people about Bronze Glory. So it's a good thing. Like, I love that it's got that family feel to
Exactly.
it, because that was something that's important to me too. Like, especially if I am putting so much into this, or we're putting so much as far as time, I like to be able to bring the family into it, so it feels like, okay, we're not taking away from that space. And then also too, it's like, if this is for generational, you know, growth. And,
Exactly.
And so it's like, you got to learn the business. This is the family business.
There you go. Exactly. And just the beginning of it.
Yes,
So,
yes.
you know, it's going to go far for sure.
Yeah, and to those that are listening but not watching, you may notice or may not notice. You two are very icy and
Oh yeah, no, I'm like, I keep jingling.
dripped,
I think
It's icier than me. I'm light today.
You like today?
today.
we are sitting with the jeweler. Man, tell us a little about like background with that, like how you got into jewelry and all.
You know, that kind of started back in 2010. We were in the middle of actually coming out of a recession.
Yeah.
You know, new president, everything was just like upside down for us.
Yeah.
You know, like a lot of people won't talk about certain things, but I don't mind. Like,
Right.
you know, we went through a bankruptcy at one
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
You know, we went through a lot financially, you know, 15 years, 12 years ago. And
Clint's background is finance.
so marketing and finance has always been my thing. So I just sat back one day and I wanted to figure something out that we could do to make money without having to have the same involvement I had as far as like the workload, traveling, you know, working with artists, working in finance, all that stuff. I wanted to do something that I knew that I could push, utilize my relationships.
Yeah.
And, you know, jewelry was it.
Exactly.
You know,
yeah.
I thought about like, that's one thing that I know that almost everyone I'm cool with, whether they're black, white, Hispanic, whatever, they all have some type of piece of jewelry on them.
Yeah.
You know, a pendant, you know, a necklace, whatever, watch. And Cori and I took classes. We started off just making Shambhala bracelets, the little beaded bracelets.
Yeah.
And we were making a ton of money doing that. We were doing pop-ups. We were selling them out of hair salons, all types of stuff.
It's like a date night idea.
Yeah,
Right, there you go, right?
Turned into
A whole business.
Yeah, that's how it started. And then, I had a couple of small pendants, a couple of Jesus pieces.
Yeah.
And people would say, hey, you make those too? I'm like, yeah.
Exactly, right?
Really, I didn't at the time.
Right.
And I just researched, and the little money that we did have from what we were making, invested it all into, equipment and, getting people to work for me that actually knew how to create and knew what it took to, work the certain softwares and all that stuff. And the rest is history.
Yeah.
And I started off by gifting certain, celebs that I had relationships with.
Right.
In hopes for, a little quick commercial or shout out in return.
Exactly.
Some did, some didn't. But the word traveled fast throughout the city. And yeah.
Y'all been holding each other down. Wow.
That's for real.
Yeah.
Like that's just pure motivation, man. Because like you guys have just been entrepreneurs. First of all, I just love entrepreneurs, right?
Yeah.
My mom's a beautician, a cosmetologist. So for me, it's like I think that's where I got my entrepreneur from. Because my father, he was like a superintendent at ComEd. You know what I'm saying? So he was like a big shot in ComEd. So he was the hardworking type. So I got my work ethic from him.
Yeah.
Up at 4 o'clock in the morning, done with work by 5.
Yeah.
Cook dinner when he get home, go to sleep. So like that was him. And my mom was like, she can wake up and be like, yeah, I'm broke, I ain't got no money. I'm like, Mom, I need the new mics. They dropping today. And then by noon, she's like, all right, y'all come up here, come get your money.
Yes.
And I was able to go get the mics, So, I always loved that, and I grew up in a beauty salon. I grew up in the shop. Like after high school, we go to the shop every day, because like that's kind of where I grew up, in a salon, me and my siblings. So I always love the fact I can go to my mom's job, right? I could kick it with her all day. We can, people come in the shop selling stuff and food and stuff. So you eat good, you're able to get the shoes, she making money, and we do it all again tomorrow. And I gravitated towards that more than, like my father's like, man, he gone. I can't go to his job. I can't go with him.
Yeah.
I don't see him again till tonight. And then now he gonna cook and he gonna be sleepy. So I gotta wake up and get him on Saturday. Saturday mornings was lit.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, except that one time y'all had me in that abandoned building he was working on doing electrical work.
Yeah. So like on the side, my father, he had a electric company on the side, and that's kind of where I got into real estate at.
Okay.
Because so he'd take me on his jobs and teach me how to put in electrical boxes and run electric and things of that nature. So I was like, all right, I could do this. But then I was like, well, I'd rather be on the other side of it. Meaning like I'd rather, because I'd rather be the person that's paying the electrician, you know what I'm saying, and owning the building. Because I was fascinated with the fact that one person can own something like a 12 unit at that time. And at the time I was probably like, 15, 16 years old. I'm like, dude, only one person own this? I felt like, yeah. And we in here like humping, and my father making the bag. But I'm like, all right, what else is to this real estate demo? And he actually put me in business for my first business, because like he built my mom's salon, very handy with his hands, one of the smartest dudes in construction, but he built my mom's salon out. And then he put 2 vending machines in there. And then he gave me the keys to the vending machine. Like, here, that's yours. So at 13, I got the vending machine. I'm running the vending machine. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, I got to go to Sam's. I'm like, have a nod of singles, feeling like you the man. And from there, it was up. So I couldn't do nothing but be an entrepreneur. So, I applaud you guys.
I was going to say, that's the foundation. So I can only imagine like what y'all children are gonna do and what they gonna become. What they gonna
exactly.
Yeah. All of our kids, they have their own little businesses. My son, he's a fashion head.
Okay.
So he has this line of hats called Saturday Nights, hats and T-shirts.
Nice.
My daughter does nails. My daughter in high school.
Wow.
Yeah, she does nails. My baby girl, she's into art. So
amazing.
yeah, so
They all taking after y'all.
Exactly.
Every bit of that is y'all.
Because it's hard to be what you can't see, and when you see it, it's hard to be something different that you did see. It's like I know I seen it, I know it exists.
Yeah.
You know, my father did it, my mom did it, I can do it.
Yeah.
I told you, like I see the jewelry, I got to get a piece.
Exactly.
Got to get a piece.
Oh, you know, we got to get a piece
let's
made.
do it.
That's we got
do some black bread joints.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's gonna be crazy,
Yes.
Yeah.
man. But anything else you guys want to share with the people? What's
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, I think we pretty much covered it all. I got some questions for you guys though.
yeah? Go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, this is the first.
Yeah,
Oh, okay,
yeah.
yeah, let's-
So first off, like I don't want to start a whole new interview, but I can tell that you guys been knowing each other for quite some time by just
Yeah.
the stories with the pops and everything.
Nah, for
coming
sure.
to the work site. But what made you guys say, "Hey, look"? I know you said you went to the store on a store run during the
Yeah.
pandemic, but what made you partner and say, "Hey, look, we know that this can work"?
Ooh. Knowing who you're dealing with.
Yeah.
And in my case, so even just getting the phone call, I know Mark is going to put his mind to whatever it is, and he's going to do it.
Yeah.
He's going to be successful. I know that. So I say it all the time. For me, it was, hey, we rocking and rolling. Any you know, when we're like-minded as well.
Nah,
So
for
for me,
sure.
it's just like it was instantly for me. It's hard to explain. It's not even much to the story for me.
Yeah.
It
I
was
get
instantly.
that.
And just growing, we actually grew up together. So growing up together, I know the kind of person he is. I know he's gonna get it done. So
It was a no-brainer.
that's easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for me, man, this dude is a marketing whiz, right? So I knew, like, for me, I'll start the business. I done had a trucking company, construction company, popcorn company, you know, with my younger brother, sir. I done had clothing lines, like, you know, vending machines. Like, I done been through a lot, you know, and most of them was successful. You know what I'm saying? Most of them was making money and I was able to do what I wanted to do. But I always fell short on the marketing side. I didn't have the patience to be sitting here creating no ads. I ain't had the patience to try to go out here and be in front of people. I'm more, it's funny because I'm more low key, but I'll be the life of the party at the same time.
Nice.
So I'm the guy who's like, yo, I don't want to know nobody up in here. But at the same time, the guy that jump on the table and be
That's
like,
fun.
you know, and jump on the table and be like, yo, what up? Y'all see I'm here. And then I jump back up like, I'm straight again.
It's funny you say that because I tell Cori this all the time. Like, I've had my hands in so many things over the years.
Yeah.
I was always the one that was like a bit aggressive when it came to business ideas
Yeah.
and just, you know. But with Bronze Glory, and like I said, I tell Cori this all the time. This is the first thing I've been a part of that was structured properly,
Yeah.
trademarked, multiple bank accounts,
Yeah.
credit cards, billboards, you know, everything that you need to do to run a business properly and gain
Exactly.
awareness. Everything that I did in the past was like, okay, cool, I'm gonna do this. The money's coming in. I never thought about the business side of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Like the real business
The real
side
business
of it.
side of it.
You know, I would like, and I'm quite embarrassed, you know, once we started this, I'm like, wow, I was supposed to go
Be
do
doing
this.
all
I
this,
was supposed to
right.
do that, you know?
Yeah.
So I thank Cori for actually, you know, taking the time to research everything, which I should have already done and known in the
Yeah.
past. But she took the time out to really, really build a company that, you know, can't be
That's right.
touched as far as like the legal side of things. Everything's intact.
Now that's amazing. I think that's a big key because I think we come up like we first generation, right?
Facts.
And we don't know. Our parents didn't necessarily know, you know, and so we self-taught.
Yeah.
And when you kind of like I think at the beginning my businesses was like hustles. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, I can open up this popcorn shop. Popcorn shop can bring me $2,000, $1,000 a day. I can take that $1,000 a day and I can go throw it over here and there's mobile home and there's real estate or something over here and flip that and I, you know, so everything was kind of like, and to your point, it's like, dang, do I got an EIN number? Do I got Don's number?
Right.
Dang, I was supposed to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Annual report.
Right.
Oh,
Right.
nigga, how much is it? $78
Yeah.
Right. Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Yes.
so like, but I learned, like, so every business was getting better for me.
Yeah.
And at the same time, for me, I didn't have a lot of, you know, relationships and resources. So like like when I wanted to get in real estate, I ended up having to go get my real estate broker license so I can learn more about real estate because I didn't know anybody that was in real estate.
Yeah.
You know, so I had, you know, so it felt like I always took the long way around because I didn't have the direct source. And then when I started realizing, oh, you can go ahead and get direct sources, I met one developer. Then he kind of like, you know what I'm saying, like, dude, like put me into the game. And then it's like, oh, then I meet somebody else. You know what I'm saying? And I met somebody else that's like, then it's like, I was able to put those pieces together and kind of get out my shell a little bit because like, you know, like I said, I don't necessarily be messing with people like that.
Yeah.
So I had to get all the way out my shell to really start being like, okay, because it took me a long time to trust people. Like I don't, you know, I got this thing with like, you know, like, man, like this dude trying to rob me or, you know what I'm saying? Like, am I finna try to get money with you and you don't pay me? You know, I done been in them situations. Somebody like, hey man, do this for me, man. You can get such and such and you do work and now they disappear on you.
Wow.
So, you know, so when you start going through having those type of experiences, it changes you.
Yes.
You know, and it make it more difficult for you because now you got genuine people that's coming into your life or in your circle that you kind of give them the stiff arm because of, you know, your past experiences.
Yes.
I would say to the business owners out there, get in compliance.
Stay in compliance.
Yeah.
I got that from your mom, bro.
Yeah.
Stay in compliance.
That's my
you know what I
mom
mean?
is huge on staying in compliance.
Yeah.
Because your hustle will get you far, but it'll get you so far if things aren't in the right place.
Oh, yeah.
Or your team ain't in
Yeah.
Like I was probably the only
right way.
person in high school that my driver's license getting suspended every 2 weeks
we
because
talked about that.
I had the SR22 insurance. I get pulled over with no insurance, and after that, my mom like, "What I say? Stay in compliance.
Stay in compliance.
You doing this because you ain't in compliance.
Compliance.
Exactly. And I'm like, I ain't pay that bill. They be like,
man.
license suspended. I'm like, oh.
It'll save you a lot of trouble. I know somebody that's like, what's the people like? License plates and stickers, the bogus stickers. And it's like you know the city gonna catch up with you. You can't park nowhere. You can't.
That's what you gotta get that razor blade. You gotta hit your joints.
Stay in compliance because they gonna charge you for all them other.
And on the west side, when I was probably 24 years old, bought a brand new BMW 745 Li, thinking I was the man. And at a gas station, this kid walked up to me and said something similar. He was like, yo, bro, what you do? Like how can put me in? And I was like, bro, I'm in real estate. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know what you thinking this is. You know what I'm saying? But to your point, Chicago is just that city. They see what you have and they just with it, whatever you with.
Yeah.
And we got to get out that mindset because you would follow somebody off a cliff. You know what I'm saying? You don't know who you asking. You might see somebody in a fresh car, but they got the feds watching them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you don't even know that. And you ready to jump in the whip with them. And the feds, you know what I'm saying? And they 2 months away from getting indicted.
Yeah.
And people just don't know what they be asking you.
Yeah.
But they don't care. Like, I don't know if they don't care or they mind don't go that far.
Yeah.
Because they just kind of like, oh, yo, you on, I want to get on.
Yeah, you know what? Like,
It's weird.
I've always hated when people ask, "What do you do?"
Yeah.
It just bothers me because me when I see someone that appears to, you know, look like they're just so successful, you know, I just look at it like, oh wow, they have this or that. I'm going to do whatever I can do to get that too.
Yeah.
If that's what I want.
If that's what you want, exactly.
But I'm not the type that's just, oh man, look at that. How can I be down? Put me on, blah, blah, blah. It's like, oh, yeah, you know, if it's meant for you to have it, you know, opportunity will present itself and you'll be able to get it.
100%. I feel the same way.
Yeah.
Y'all are working to leave an impact, and that's more important, like you say, than even what you do, than even a product or anything that we put our hands to work on. So I think it's real big. Just watching y'all seeing the family and the business and the balance of those two kind of things. I think that's most important. To me, that's the greatest picture that we could show for the next generation that might ask, "Oh, what you do?" versus why you do what you do, and
exactly.
what impact you can.
So I'm waiting for this course come out that y'all gonna put out.
Oh, we got to do it together.
You know
It's something we got to do together. Yeah.
So I need this master
Black
class.
business master class.
For
Let's
real.
do it. Yeah.
You know, I think we should start something like that, like at least a networking situation event space where we can kind of have these dialogues live.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And really just build this community out, because we're
Yes.
stronger together than we are
Yes.
apart.
Yes.
And even like, so I know I've been talking to a few people where we all have a similar problem where it's like insurance costs so much for your company,
Yes.
you know, and a lot of times because we all don't have a lot of employees. At one time, I think the most we ever had at one time was probably like 10. So if it's like, if I got 10, you got 5 or 10, and somebody else got, 8, and somebody else got 20, we can put all of our employees together and have one insurance policy that covers everybody to get a cheaper rate, a more affordable rate for us, and at the same time a high quality insurance package. PPO, not none of that HMO stuff.
Yes.
And so we don't know that we can do this because we're not sitting down talking about this stuff, and we're not actually trying to put these things into play. But it's like small things like that can really help us. And even like distribution channels. Like for us, man, I would have paid anybody anything they wanted to point me in the right direction for a distribution for our product, because we was just lost. Nobody knew anything. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, man, how do you get your product from A to B? How do you do this?
Yes.
So if we can start putting that together, man, and I think it could be extremely successful. By the same time, people can get a lot of value out of it.
Yeah,
I
most
agree.
definitely. Totally agree.
Because that's been I would say the hardest challenge. Like back to that first question is just like, when you have something good, it's like, now what?
Exactly.
Now what? Like, okay,
Exactly.
like I have this thing and I really want everybody to know about it.
Exactly.
Like, but okay, outside of like social media and whatever, like how do I get this in the hands, or what avenue do I have to take so that I can be in big box, so that I can like those are the things that it's like we're ignorant to.
Yeah, we gonna network. I'm gonna give y'all some names, man, like help y'all. At least y'all probably already got them, but where y'all can get in front of some of these stores, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And kind of go to that next level. Me and my brother, we got our popcorn in Walgreens before, so Walgreens might be a dope spot, you know what I'm saying? So, but Walgreens is kind of tough to get into now.
Yes, things have changed.
It was I wouldn't say easy, but it was a little easier. But they got a new CEO now. But she's a woman of color, so I think she gonna she can do her thing, you know. So it's just that time.
Yes.
But man, so let's we can tell everybody where they can follow you guys at, where they can reach you guys.
All right. Yes. So Bronze Glory. We are Bronze Glory on every social site. BronzGlory. Excuse me. And then personally, I'm Bronze Cori on Instagram.
And I'm It's Made by Clint on Instagram. I'm only on Instagram, no other sites.
That's all we need.
That's all we need. So man, y'all go out there, y'all follow, y'all tap in with them, and more importantly, man, go to the website. What's the website again?
Bronzeglory.com. BRONZEGLORY.com.
And let's go there. Let's support.
Yes.
All right, man. This has been another great episode of Black Bread Show with Mark.
Jamel.
Hey, man, it's been real. See y'all
Appreciate
again.
you guys.
Appreciate you guys. Thanks.
Peace.
Bring your energy. This brand is truly for us.